necrophage oil on the sword. Loot the corpses.
The universe is old. Relatively speaking, the universe is young. The time since the Big Bang, as compared to how long it's going to take for heat death to set in, the universe is very young.
Bastards are strong. Must be the fog.
I suppose I'll give that to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, even though, like, you know, the heat death of the universe is kind of an unknown and theoretical,
Yeah.
I'll allow it, is what I'm saying. I'll allow it, Rich.
All right. All right.
Okay. I'll save. I'll save before the big fight. This is a little save scummy, but I'll allow it. I am the save scum. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do a little bit of reading, because I have these points in which I can, you know, upgrade my character. Unlock one. Wait a minute. Okay, well, I suppose I could do this, right?
Get a skill called Gourmet in the miscellaneous skills. It makes food regenerated health for 20 in real life minutes. It's like free health regen because you find food everywhere.
Okay. Shot. Battle Frenzy, Strong Back. Rage Management, Steady Shot. Why not? Mutagens. Survival Instinct. Adrenaline Bust. Okay, hold on. Sun Stars.
Where's the line between save scumming and smart saving?
That's the question.
Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. My cold is gone, but the sinus congestion remains.
Sure.
All right, it's save scumming. Here's how I would put it. When failure is an option and the game will go on with some kind of consequences for your failure.
Yeah.
If you reload before that, it's save scumming. If the failure is a game over state, like I died, then it's not save scumming.
I don't see
Like
one.
XCOM, you lose a
called
soldier,
Gourmet.
right? You lose a soldier that you liked.
Yeah.
You can keep playing the game. You lost that soldier. It sucks, but you can keep playing the game without that soldier. That's the consequence for your failure as a commander.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
If you go back in time, I don't want the guy to die. I'm gonna go back, reload the save. He didn't die now. That's save's coming.
That's the save scum. Like, and yeah, so like, I'm not save scumming here. Basically, all I'm doing is saving time if I
Yeah.
die. I'm just closer to where I died. So yeah, you're right. This isn't save scumming, but it kind of feels like it is. Battle trance, marksmanship, defense. What is this?
If the game allows it, how is it scum? Well, just because the game allows it doesn't mean it isn't scummy and cheap. And doesn't mean you shouldn't feel ashamed.
Right? Guys, I don't see one called Gourmet. I'm going to be honest with you, but there's some general metabolism ones, but I already have those.
Who doesn't save scum XCOM? Competent players.
Oh! Do that one. Can I do that one? Yeah. That's actually a good one. Metabolic control. Less toxicity levels. That's good. I'm going to say that's okay. Sure. Great. All right. My armor works better. My signs work a little bit better. All right, let's do this. You know what? Let's save now that I've done all that stuff, or else I'm going to have to do it again. And so, yeah, this isn't save scumming. This is just saving time.
Yeah. Chet, I haven't done Iron Man hardest difficulty, but I've done Iron Man almost the hardest difficulty for XCOM.
Mm-hmm.
Both games.
Yeah,
Both of the reboot games.
You can equip another skill. You missed it. Ah, Jack, your skills need to be active, otherwise they're... Oh, shit. Well, fuck it. How about that? It'll be fine. I like that he's missing his guts.
Not save scumming in XCOM 2 makes the game more intense and gives it additional meaning. I'll agree to that. It feels like more of an accomplishment than when you save scum in XCOM.
Sure. Shit.
Play how you want, not like there's anyone there to judge you. Yeah, we're talking about a single-player game, so that is an accurate statement. My being a jackass aside, save scum all you want. It's a single-player game.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Parry. Oh, have I completely forgotten about parries? I might have. I absolutely might have. Remember, people, it's been months since I've played this game. There is a whole parry thing. There's a whole parry thing. Fine. It's going to be fine. You know what? We're going to be fine. Hold on. Let me go back into my character and look at... Apparently, I need to, like, equip things. But I think they kind of are equipped over here. I don't know. No, and neither do I. Neither do I. Oh, I have to... Oh, yeah, I have to activate them over here. I kind of like these, I think. That's armor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Wait, what's Igni? Oh, that's the melt armor. That's good. Quan.
It will let you hit them when they are invisible. You have an open slot. You've got one free space.
What?
Empty slot on the bottom.
What are you talking about? Empty slot on the bottom. Oh, yeah, look at that. I do have an empty slot.
The gourmet perk was added in the Blood and Wine expansion. Jack must be playing without it for some reason.
I have one expansion. I don't know which expansion I have. And you are right. I do have a perk here. Let's see here. Each piece of light armor increases critical hit damage by 25%. Am I wearing light armor? How do I know if my armor is light? Medium armor, medium armor, medium armor, light armor. I have one piece of light armor. So we don't want that one. Great. Good to... Come on. Good to know.
The person saying they save scum in XCOM 2 to undo missed shots. How does that work? I have heard that the way XCOM is made, if you reload a save, the rolls the game did ahead of time for hit chance, they're all intact, so you'll miss the same shot, supposedly.
Okay.
So
Is that true though? You know. That's the question, Rich. Is
For
that
XCOM 2,
true?
you can move differently, and the shot will change. Huh.
Oh, okay.
Second wave option. That makes sense.
Okay, great. Okay, let's try this again.
Which is the best XCOM on GOG? Enemy Unknown, as I don't think XCOM 2, the reboot XCOM 2, is on GOG at this point. If it is, I'm going to download it and buy it immediately.
Oh, fuck, I used my magic. Ah, fuck. Fuck you. Well, I died. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother, Rich. I died.
Okay.
We'll come back. We'll come back because I forgot to do all the things. I used the wrong magic at the wrong time.
I'm very sorry.
What made you guys pick Witcher 3 for tonight? I was playing it earlier, and Rich didn't really want to play anything, so I said, "Hey, let's play Witcher 3," and Rich said, "Okay." That's literally it. There's no rhyme or reason to what we play often. It's just what we feel like playing. Okay, so character.
XCOM from 1995. That game has its charms, and in some ways the strategic portion has more depth. I think the best XCOM is the most recent one you can find on GOG. Because they don't have XCOM 2. If XCOM 2 was there, I'd say that's a better game.
Mm-hmm.
But Enemy Unknown is the best one available on GOG, and they're both fine.
I already put oil on it. Did I already put versus necrophage? Okay, great. So now we're gonna save again.
2 isn't on GOG. I know that, which is why I'm saying Enemy Unknown is the best one you could buy on GOG. I can only assume it will be in a few years. I hope so.
I mean, if one came there, we can only assume that the other will.
Then I can get both games free of Steam.
Gwen is shield.
When Gabe dies, I'll be prepared because I'm a video game prepper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Rich hates Steam. Rich has...
David, I know people is just trying to
Oh.
deflame,
Gotcha.
debate.
Gotcha. Rich has legitimate concerns with Steam. Whoa!
Am I afraid GOG will be bought by Steam? Won't really matter because the games I've bought on GOG, I'll have downloaded the backup copies of, and I won't have to worry what the hell they decide to do with GOG in the future.
Oh, I thought I had it.
Like, GOG Galaxy is great, but don't overlook there's a little option in their menus to download an actual backup
Yeah.
of the game. That you can install it whenever separate from GOG. I always want to have that file saved somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, get yourself a couple because, you know, it's not just enough to have one hard drive. To have a true backup system, you need two separate hard drives, you know, duplicated on two separate hard drives.
Yeah.
And then you're good to go. All right, we're going to give this one more chance and then we're going to move on. Cuz I just might not be mentally prepared to deal with Okay. Nope.
David, I know people. You've been trying to push my buttons all day.
All right. Yep. All right. That's fair. Unless there's a fire where you keep both hard drives. Right. So you need it on two separate hard
Well,
drives.
it doesn't make okay.
Yeah.
If you want two backups,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense to keep them in the exact same place. That defeats the purpose of having two backups.
Well, you're not having two backups. You're having a backup.
Okay.
You have because like a backup is a separate copy somewhere else, right? And so you have your regular hard drive in which you play your games, and then you have your second hard drive with your backup. So you need two hard drives. Mm-hmm. And yeah, if you want to get crazy with it, yeah, get a fireproof filing cabinet or safe and put your hard drive in there. That's getting crazy though. All right, you know what, Swamp Thing? We're not going to deal with you right now. I will deal with you later. I'll come back. I'm leaving.
XCOM UFO Defense has a lot of mechanics that I miss in the new XCOM games. Soldiers would move and act using action points, which would vary from character to character based on stats. You could sometimes shoot multiple times in a round, or throw two grenades and move really far as long as you could make the points work, but yeah, the base mechanics were a little obtuse. See, when I first heard about the new XCOM, I was worried that they got rid of the action points, because I don't know, I couldn't wrap my head. I think they're simplifying it, they're making it dumb, but
Yeah.
It's a lot less micromanagey the way they do it now. At the time, I was horrified that they were giving up the time unit mechanic from the original XCOM. In hindsight, I don't see myself going back. The reboot XCOM has made a turn-based game that yet has a very quick pacing to it because they got rid of those time units.
Well, there you go.
I don't know where you want to say the line is between streamlining and simplifying. I don't think they crossed it, though.
Isn't that the same? Wouldn't those be synonymous anyway? Streamlining and simplifying? Those are fairly synonymous terms.
One's got positive connotations to it, and the other negative.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you go.
So the question is, how much simplification is too much? When is it oversimplified?
Touche. I like that. I like that. Craft new armor. You're still wearing your intro gear. I know, but I like how it looks. Isn't there a way I can just upgrade my armor? Can I just like get it upgraded? I had new armor at one point. Oh, you know where it is? I think it's in the Bloody Baron's house. I have a chest in the Bloody Baron's house, and it's hanging out over there.
Rich, could you please tell Jack he needs to wear better armor and not the starter armor that he's wearing? Jack?
I like the way this looks.
There you go.
And I thought I remembered that there was a way to upgrade this armor. There's an armor shop in town here. I gotta remember where it was.
The starting armor can only be upgraded once. Other Witcher armors can be upgraded 3 or 4 times.
I gotta find some cool looking armor.
To my face.
Readily. You are a mutant, a freak, a useless relic of a bygone age that should be burned like a withered branch.
How many people's lives have you saved? From Brooksay, from Leshens?
That has no bearing.
Asked you a question. How many?
Yeah, dick.
There's something to think about, folks.
Preachers pierce in the mouth. But all are at him and his tail
Okay, so
sticks
it's talking
between
about
his legs.
XCOM and simplification, right?
Yeah.
The original XCOM, you could say it had more depth. You know, you have this base building in XCOM. You had your base.
Yeah.
In the original XCOM, you could open up a different base on another side of the globe and upgrade that base. You could have 20 bases.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, no, the problem with that,
Uh-huh.
late game, you've got 20 bases you have to manage.
Sure.
It's-
Yeah.
there's less, you know, there's more depth there.
Yeah.
But it really, really slows down the game.
I am with you.
Not 20, but plenty. All right, well, I might be exaggerating.
What, Rich? You're exaggerating? Never mind. I can't trust the thing you're saying. I get you. I get what you're saying, though. Hold on. There's a stash house and a blacksmith over
And
here.
20 possible base invasions. Yes, that would get obnoxious, too, because another thing that XCOM, the original, did that was neat was the aliens could find your base, and they would start trying to invade it, like, repeatedly if you fought them off. They wouldn't stop. And imagine that going on with 20 bases.
Oh, man.
Or 15, or whatever the max number was.
Yeah. Yeah, see, like, I have better armor here, but I think it's super lame. That's a good axe, though. Oh, I already have an axe. Plus 42? Why don't I have that equipped? Rich.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. I think I have better shit. Yeah, I gotta do some tinkering here. I gotta do some straight up tinkering.
Do the quest to discover the other Witcher armors. They are all pretty cool.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll do that. Give me a moment. Oh, I think. Oh, this. I also have better swords. Yeah, axe. Cool. All right. Oh wait, here I'm at a stash house. I might as well stash some stuff that I ain't using. Stash you. Stash you. Care about you. Stash you. Great.
Captain President says, "Hey, Rich, in XCOM 2, I had an assault jump down from a roof and kill a guy on Overwatch with a sword. After the guy died, he hit me with a reaction shot. Fuck swords, am I right? Anyway, what weird things have you encountered in XCOM 1 or 2? Off the top of my head? I think somewhere. I got, I think I took a screenshot of it, too. It's probably on my Steam something or other.
Oh, sure.
I had, like, 2 groups of enemies in XCOM 2, like, all converged in the same area on top of a semi, and it was really freaking weird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
That'd be great, by the way.
Well, it was very convenient, too, because I guess I was just out of their line of sight, so they didn't scatter. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're all on top of the semi together, so I just had a heavy lob grenade there, and, you know, I got the damage from the grenade and the damage from the truck blowing up.
Yeah.
It was kind of devastating.
That's great.
We can go at it here or at my place. You choose. You'll look fucking amazing.
Over here is a blacksmith. Let's see what the blacksmith's got. I got some coin.
Missing a 99% shotgun shot at point blank range? No, that's just 99% is not 100. That's how you got to think in XCOM. You can't get upset when you miss that shot that isn't 100%. Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't a 100% shot. You're gonna miss occasionally. You're gonna miss a 99% shot 1 out of 100 times.
And it's gonna feel bad.
Yeah,
It's
but
gonna...
it's not weird. It happens.
It's still weird. It just happens.
do you have on offer?
Redanian dumplings, speciality of the house, heartily recommended. Blimey. A vatgun in my establishment? It can't be.
How do you know I'm a witcher?
You joking? Silver blades. Who else uses them? Crafted in Mahakam, am I right? Must be about 40 inches long.
An elven sword expert. You must be Ibir Hattori.
Ah,
You just have to get it
Indeed.
converted at the
I am.
bank? What?
Geralt of Rivia. Heard a lot of good things about you.
a pleasure, Geralt.
What are you talking about?
Might I help you? Care to try a dumpling?
And the percentage isn't entirely accurate either. It does some behind-the-scenes handicaps depending upon
Looking for a
difficulty.
good swordsmith.
Yeah, but I believe the handicaps always make it easier than what's listed rather than harder.
Much, don't you think?
Good one. But all jests aside, you make swords anymore?
So if you're playing on... Oh, you're listening to the
I am.
game.
I'm listening.
Dumplings now. I must make a living. But I miss the hammer, anvil...
Were you talking to me? Because I completely was not paying attention
No.
to you. Okay, great.
No, not for that swiving...
When you're playing XCOM on normal
Don't
and
know
you've
what
got
you're
an
talking
80% chance to hit, you might actually have a 90.
Witcher with dumplings. Come.
So that hidden statistic is always actually helping you.
Quite a collection. Premium quality, too.
Thank you. I've kept these as mementos.
Damn shame you don't make them anymore. I'd gladly replace what I have with this kind of steel. Someone with your skills? Why the hell are you needing dough?
This might surprise you. The pay is better. But above all, it's much safer. Food vendors rarely disappear or end up as cripples.
I see. Someone controlling Novigrad's smithing market?
Not officially, though all supplies go
Oh,
through
I've run
Ernst
into a
Van
quest.
Horn, and they say he plays cards with Cleaver frequently.
Ernst Van Horn. Who's that?
Modest beginnings. A small dockside workshop. However,
There's
he
multiple
proved
types of
extremely
coin that drop
ambitious.
from enemies. Only one of
He knew
them
he
goes
could not
straight to your
compete with
usable
other
money
sword
account. The
makers
rest
on
needs to be
skill alone, so he
exchanged at a
resorted to
bank.
other
Oh,
methods.
fuck, man.
Other methods? That's
That's a little too deep.
Slander here, buying business debt cheaply and taking over there. And whenever the competition was a plowing non-human, he'd accuse them of being Havocars.
Is that how he did you in?
I did not give up without a fight. I went to Town Hall, negotiated. Alas, it was all in vain. He'd already enlisted Cleaver's protection. And in Novigrad, few dare get in Cleaver's way.
Tried negotiating? Making a deal?
With Van Horn? Do you jest? He's a proper heartless bastard. Either play by his rules and pay him, or go out of business.
I see.
But I shan't complain. Dumplings have proven an excellent source of income. It's just... well...
You miss the heat of the forge. Tried getting supplies from someone else?
those rogues of the underworld control all the sources. How am I to
He's
talk
the
to
best
them?
swordsmith in the game, but you have to do his quest to use his services. I would assume there's a lot of story here. I assume there's a quest involved.
Want me to help you get you supplies? How?
Just come with me to a meeting. As my bodyguard, it'll bolster my confidence. Truth be told, not so long ago, I tried negotiating some iron deliveries with one of the King of Beggars' men.
Right. King wouldn't worry about an embargo Cleaver imposed.
It's just... he demanded an inordinately large share of the profits. I thought you might help me negotiate. I don't mean gratis. I'm certain we can agree on a fee.
Could I choose something from your collection?
Oh, forget this rubbish. I shall forge you a sword fit for killing gods.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Criminal underworld. Not really sure
Yeah.
how to meddle with them.
I badly need your help. Van Horn is a Van Horsen. He must be taught a lesson. I'd be eternally grateful. Plate armor, yours. Or perhaps you'd like a catapult or a trebuchet.
Fine. Arrange the meeting.
Splendid. Meet me after dark, near the crane at the docks.
All right. Nice. Of swords and dumplings.
Gobbledygook says,
Gobbledygooks!
what are your opinions on pastrami? Always hot or sometimes cold? Bread? Condiments? Rich, I know you're not a mustard fan, but how can you enjoy pastrami without some type of mustard? Pickles taste almost the same as bright yellow mustard. I disagree with that last statement, but honestly, I'm not super big on pickles either. I don't despise them like I despise mustard, but
Temple guard let even you into the city. Where you going?
I mean, I love pickles. I'm a big believer in the powers of pickles.
yeah.
They're great. The pastrami is great. I enjoy mustard. Hot pastrami sandwich is wonderful. You go to a nice deli, get a big old pastrami sandwich, and it's a good time is had by all.
I don't have strong pastrami opinions.
And that's about it for me. I like it. I like to eat it. What else you want, man? Wee. All right, what am I doing over here? What am I even doing here? Find the dreamer in the old house. That's what I'm doing. Okay.
Just passing by, wanderer? Or do you seek something specific?
Who's asking?
Rudolf de Jonkier. Of those de Jonkiers, yes. My ancestors laid the foundations of this city. I now own its largest pen.
Didn't need a recommendation. Name would have been enough.
Father always said, all ought to know your merits, son. Don't hide them under a bushel.
I'm looking for Kareen Tilly.
Well, you've come to the right place then. Kareen is inside. Been there for a few days, dreaming the home's history.
Why do you need to know the house's history? You a historian or on a whim?
I bought this property a short while ago. Paid a pretty penny, I might add. Soon after, I witnessed disturbances.
Ooh, haunted house. Maybe I get to kill some ghosts.
What are the symptoms?
It's gonna be great.
Oh, they vary. Giggling in the night, and furniture moving about in the attic. And last week, well, you shan't believe it. I found human feces in the parlor.
I'd like to go inside, look around.
I don't usually let strangers rummage around my home. Twin swords, though. You're a witcher. You may enter. Call that bad.
Black olives are kind of gross. Yeah, every food has a there's very few foods that I would consider just gross outright.
Yeah.
I've only had oysters once, and that was a really gross experience. Just textural wise, it was like a hot booger covered in butter. So I think that outright I'll never ever eat again.
Yeah.
But just to dismiss. Obviously, you have allergies, so you have
Yeah.
a whole different situation. But just to dismiss a whole food outright,
It causes me to be cautious about just shoving whatever in my mouth.
of course.
Yeah. What's in this? What is this?
Yeah. Yoink! Stealing all his stuff. Stealing all his stuff.
Oleg says,
Yeah.
I'm making a game which is basically FTL plus XCOM. Do you think this hybrid is interesting? World map is FTL-like, but instead of ship battles, you have squad battles. Yeah, it could be. I'd have to see it, man. I'd have to see it. Or play it.
Okay.
Jack is totally into this. I've never seen this. Jack gives a shit about the story stuff going on in a game. Like, really, really gives a shit. It's bizarre.
It's an interesting world. It's full of monsters. I'm a monster hunter. What's not to like? You're a monster hunter.
Wake up. It's just a dream. Wake up.
But Jack, it's not full of pretentious bullshit.
Yeah, weird. I know. Okay.
All right. Time to check the attic.
Stop.
CDPR make good fucking games, Rich. I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying this is like Anthem to... Is that the word I'm looking for? Like
Anthem?
opposite to everything I know about
Antithesis.
you. And okay.
Yes, no, and that's the thing. You know, I normally do not like this kind of stuff because usually I find the story to be at odds with the game. You know, like you got to stop playing the game to do the story bits. But here,
Anathema. Thank you.
Anathema?
That's what everyone in the chat's saying. That sounds right. What I was thinking.
Oh, I've never heard the term anathema.
A lot of times I'll see things in print and not hear them spoken aloud.
Just because you've read it, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's nothing to be ashamed of. That just means you read.
So anyway, go on. Go on.
You know, I guess what I was saying is here I find the story and the gameplay to be interwoven so well that I'm into the story, and you know, like knowing that paying attention to what someone says about a creature might mean that I know how to defeat it, or might lead me to more quests and more gold. It all works so well hand in hand that that I'm into it. This is never I never would have thought that this is a game that I would have gotten into just because I knew it was so story heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Doot, doot, doot. Oh, hello. Diamond dust. Assassin boots.
Anathema?
Anathema.
Okay. Like I said, I don't think I've heard it pronounced. I've seen it in print before.
Yeah. Oh, so much fucking loot.
Nope. Well, you know what? Just fuck off.
Wrong. So wrong.
Anathema.
You're doing great, Rich.
Anatemum?
Perfect. Go. Use. Thank you. Okay. Is that more stuff to loot? Yes, loot it. Take it all. Take all the things. This guy's gonna be so pissed at me.
Jack, would this game work for you as much as it does if it didn't have much of a story?
Put it down, please. That's blood. Don't spill it. Please.
That's a good question.
I'm going to say no, but I'm not playing it. I'm not actually experiencing it.
Well, because you know, like the other part of it is pacing, right?
Uh-huh.
And here's the thing, you know, combat is interesting, but combat isn't as in depth as something like, you know, like thinking about like a Bloodborne, right?
Yeah.
Bloodborne has beautiful combat. I could just fight all day and not worry about that. This combat isn't. I mean, it's nice, but it's not that Bloodborne-y, right?
Yeah.
And so then you have to think about pacing, and if you're just whacking at enemies all day, that's not the same thing.
See, it's the opposite of what Naughty Dog does, but I think this kind of storytelling works when you actually feel like what you say and do has weight in the world and affects things. Unlike a Naughty Dog game where you know you're just playing out the guy's story that he wrote.
Right.
And you have to pretend like you're choosing to do things.
Oh, sure, yeah. And so if it didn't have...
The next room's blocked.
If it didn't have the story, I would probably... The combat would probably get old very fast. But that being said, the monster design is very good.
This is something I would describe as being immersive, and this is why I think Naughty Dog is the opposite of immersive.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
What's so wrong with a linear story if it's good? Nothing if the gameplay's good, which once again, Naughty Dog has no interest in doing that.
It's very true.
But absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing is wrong with a linear story.
That's true.
If your gameplay is good.
Oh, you can get away with a lot if your gameplay is good. So, oh my god, I'm just taking all the things. I should really look at what I just picked up.
I know I should give this a go. I kind of want to force myself to play through the first one, as stupid as that may be.
It wants me to put the doll in the crib, is what I'm assuming. I'm gonna find it. There's gonna be a crib somewhere. Ragdoll.
Cradle on the second floor. Wonder what would happen if I laid a doll in it.
Oh, come on. I figured that out myself. You didn't need to tell me that, Geralt.
Thought something like Soma's story carried it? No, because see, I like Soma's story, but I really would have rathered it were a book.
Oh, that would have been a great book. Netflix original.
I didn't like it as a game.
Because there was no gameplay.
Tedious walking here or there.
Oh, man.
As a game, it was a slog.
I think we both agreed, though, like, the story was rather interesting.
Very interesting.
It's too bad that they buried it in a
Right.
boring game.
Right.
I want to note that I figured out this before Geralt told me. Put the doll in the cradle. Okay.
Another masterpiece.
Yeah, but Soma was atmospheric, though. Isn't that worth anything? If it's a movie, yes.
Saw an oven in the cellar. Maybe I'll find another clue there.
I'm sorry, what was that?
But Soma is atmospheric. Doesn't that mean anything? Isn't that worth anything?
No. It's a game, so no. if okay, well no.
It might make a good game more interesting.
Yes, if the gameplay is still shit, its story and atmosphere can be 10 out of 10. The gameplay is still shit. That's like saying like, listen, I know my entire feature film was out of focus. But wasn't it a good story? Rich, don't you think? It's a really good story.
Yeah.
And no matter how good your story is, if the film is out of focus, it won't be good.
The atmosphere informs the gameplay. That's great. Horror games can use atmosphere to make you screw up. Okay.
I could tell you were scared. Big brave man scared of wee little Sarah. Ain't that funny?
I wouldn't do that anymore if I were you, Sarah. You might scare someone so bad they'll hurt you.
What? Someone hurt me? Having a spot of fun's not allowed anymore.
What are you playing?
That lady fell asleep, and I've sent her some horrible dreams. I'll not tell Rape neither. I can do that, you know. Funny, isn't it?
Very funny. Thing is, I gotta talk to the dreamer, so I'd like you to let her wake up.
Little Sarah doesn't want her to wake. Little Sarah wants to play.
I love, and I guess like that's the other part about this game that I love is you know me, I like monsters and creatures, and you look at like badass Geralt, just like, oh, you little crazy elf demon lady, giving her nightmares, but come on, I gotta work. Like, it's so great.
You're lucky. I know you're a harmless godling, but others might not know, and then...
And how'd you know I'm a godling, eh? How's that, eh? Eh?
If it looks like one and acts like one, trust me, you're a godling. You give the dreamer nightmares and won't let her wake up. Why are you tormenting her?
I'm not tormenting anyone. Scary dreams are great. What I love is when this big end chases me. End's got these red...
Why do you live in a haunted house?
Tell you a secret. The house ain't haunted. Not one bit. I just pretend it is. Make everyone think that. It was sitting there all empty, so I moved in. Bigwig from the bank
Aw.
came and bought it.
Happy
I
Father's
don't
Day.
like bankers, especially not to live with. So I decided to give him a scare.
Gave the banker a really big scare. See, he paid a lot for this house and won't give it up easily, which is why you need to find another home.
I don't want to. I don't. I won't.
No, we're gonna make a deal.
Sarah, Novigrad's no place for a godling. But if you want to live here, that's your business. So let's make a deal.
A deal? What kind?
Leave the dreamer alone. In exchange, I'll tell the banker the house is haunted. For good, no way to lift the curse.
You tell him that? What if he doesn't believe you?
I'm a witcher. He'll believe me.
Yes? 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 Do that and I promise
Yeah, I
not
don't care
to
about this
bother
banker's house. I just gotta talk to that lady.
you. You're awfully nice, you know.
I don't hear that often. Thanks.
She'll get
Ah, that's great. That's great. All right. Oh, I gotta go talk. Okay, great. Ah, that's adorable. Just adorable. Do 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 do.
Do-do-do-do.
Hey, lady. Why do I have to talk to you? I wonder what quest I started ages ago.
Meyer Witch says, Rich Jack,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on the Disgaea series?
The what?
Disgaea. I've been playing a lot of the Disgaea 5 on Switch recently and really enjoying it.
Dissidia. Dissidia?
DISGAEA
Not at all amusing.
is what they have written. DIS. The other next they have written DISAGEA.
Her dreams with her little jokes.
Dissidia. I think it's Dissidia. I've never played a Dissidia.
Obviously, I'm extremely familiar with the series and have lots of intriguing thoughts on it.
The dreams they were awful. Any way I can pay you back?
There is actually. I'm looking.
Is that the new JRPG that I love?
It might be. It might be a JRPG. Yes.
But I'll need to clear my head first. After those deranged dreams, I feel it's full of cobwebs. Find me at the Golden Sturgeon. I rent a room there.
All right. See you there.
Oh god. Oh god. Go for
Disgaea?
this guy. Oh,
How the fuck am I supposed to get that out of those letters?
Deciduous trees, Rich. What do you think of deciduous trees?
Which ones are they?
I
They're the ones that have the broad leaves, or they like the pine cone ones?
think they have the pine cone. Deciduous.
They're fine.
Are those evergreens? Deciduous?
I think so, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Well, if they're the ones with the pine with the needles, then yes.
I believe that's a deciduous tree.
I think those
Though,
are conifers.
To be fair, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially now that I know, I'm telling this banker to go.
Cone
fuck himself.
equals coniferous. There you go. Pine trees are coniferous, Jack.
Are coniferous. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's so is a deciduous a changing color tree? Is what you're
I
telling me?
think so.
Okay.
Yes, they lose their leaves in the winter. So yes,
I'm absolutely okay with.
They're prettier.
with knowing this.
they're
yeah,
prettier
yeah.
than the conifers.
You know, they all work together. They all work together.
Good day.
All right. Thanks. I like it. I stole everything that wasn't nailed to the floor in this banker's house, and I didn't do any work, and he's still going to pay me. It's going to be great. Fuck you, banker.
Truth is, we're already... I saw Miss Corinne leave, but she refused to speak to me. Is the matter resolved? Or quite the opposite?
A bit of both. A demon had captured Corinne. I managed to free her, but the house is still
You want a
haunted.
little more volume to the game?
Corinne dream of the building's past.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Pretty horrid, apparently. Though she refused to talk about it. Nobody should inhabit the place.
So many crowns I paid. Oh well. It shan't put me in the poorhouse.
Sorry for the other computer. Jack has given me a trackball to work with.
It's what I had.
It's a fucking trackball.
It's the at my house, I have a slew of random computer equipment and cables, and I needed a mouse to use, and I had a trackball mouse lying around for some reason. I don't even know why I had a trackball mouse, to be honest with you. But I had one laying around, and that's what I got. I got a trackball mouse, and actually my old Apple keyboard.
Yeah.
My old wired Apple keyboard.
Well, that's fine.
It's just a keyboard, though it has an incredibly short cable. I'm gonna get to a store to sell all that shit that I stole. Oh, is this a store?
They're super comfy to use. Well, maybe if you're used to it. It's take a lot of getting used to for me.
Can I sell you shit? Nope. All right, fine. Can I sell you shit? Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, I think I got it. Like I was really worried about. Everyone worries about like repetitive stress syndrome
Yeah.
and whatnot with a lot of mouse usage, and so I got it before I got a nice trackpad.
What have you got there?
I'm gonna sell you my shit.
Play the entire Virtual Boy library and no stopping until you beat everything? No.
No.
I don't think I'll be doing that.
We're good.
But thank you for the suggestion.
We're good. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna sell all of you. Butter knife. Nice. Do I need any of this shit?
If you're comfortable with a trackball, I'm just curious, how does a trackball work for a shooter?
I've heard of people that do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have definitely heard of people who use stuff like that. Junk. For shooters. Junk.
I imagine make it hard to click left and right when your palm's over here and you want to click the shoot.
Well, no, I think you use your fingers.
Then you're constantly taking your fingers
No,
off?
because the way that one works is you use your finger on the trackball, thumb for one, pinky for the other.
Okay.
Theoretically, it could work. I don't know. Like a magic doll. Oh, dolls. Great.
Touchpads are terrible torture devices of last resort.
Trackpads?
Touchpads, yes.
I disagree. I have a nice big trackpad that I use at home, and using multiple fingers for gestures makes it so easy. Swipe pages, do this, do that, pinch to zoom, all sorts of stuff. You get a good trackpad, you'll never want to use a mouse again.
Do I play much real-time strategy? I am absolutely terrible at real-time strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't handle the multitasking very well. It's the reason I have played through Homeworld once rather than 20 times.
Sure.
I get too stressed out.
So long.
Playing real-time strategy games?
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Wait. What is... One quest at a time. All right, great. Jack, they used to make a keyboard that was a huge trap hack. Apple bought the technology for their iPads and killed the product. My previous I would hate that. I hate typing on the like on a iPad. That's gross. Strumpet? Look, Rich. It's a strumpet.
Looks like
That's cute.
Strumpet. Get out of town. I could see why, like, you wouldn't want that kind of technology, that whole, like, type on a flat surface with, like, virtual keys. But a giant trackpad is fantastic, especially for stuff like when I'm editing. Actually, I miss that a lot because I do most of my editing on the PC now, which I just use a mouse for. But, like, transitioning through stuff and pinching to zoom on the trackpad made editing significantly faster.
Yeah. Only after watching you guys' E3 videos, I realized Rich hates anime. Or is there any you actually like? Generally, I don't like anime, but there's been exceptions here and there.
Sure.
I can really appreciate the animation in Akira.
Mm-hmm. Where is she?
As a story, I think the flaw in Akira is that I think, what's his face, the biker guy is just an unlikable prick. And he ends up being the hero. That's a big negative in Akira for me. I like the Zone of the Enders games. Those are very much anime influenced. And I love those games.
A dream in here.
I like very specifically the first 3 or 4 episodes of Trigun. And then anime bullshit creeps in.
Right? That was fun. Like, oh man, wait till you got to the end of that. It turned into the dumbest conclusion.
Yeah, Karen liked it, so I ended up watching the whole thing.
Yeah, it's super dumb.
Yeah.
But like you said, that whole premise of like the big goof who's the hero accidentally is great. Those first couple episodes of Trigun are great.
I know I'd probably like Cowboy Bebop.
Oh,
I should probably give Cowboy Bebop a try.
So fucking good.
Yeah?
Like, the hype is real. Everyone says, like, Cowboy Bebop's the best, and it really is.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so great.
But you talk about something like Dragon Ball Z, I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, I can see that.
I actually watched Dragon Ball Z for a bit, just out of, like, shock.
What are they? Why are they floating? What? Why? Who?
I forget where I was, but I was in some kind of waiting room somewhere. It might have been in like a dentist office. I don't know what. But it's back when Dragon Ball Z was on 2 episodes in a row on Cartoon Network. It was just on.
Sure.
And Goku and some other dude were just like staring at each other for like 30 minutes.
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay. And then the next episode came on. Well, I wonder what's going to happen. And then they stared at each other for 20 minutes. And
Season 1.
It was so insane. I just tuned in every now and then just out of confusion. Like, what the fuck is this? So I briefly watched Dragon Ball Z.
Just
out of confusion and shock.
Out of sheer shock.
The audacity of it fascinated me.
Yeah, I could see that. No, there's some good one. Like even I don't think it's the greatest, but I think there's a lot of fun stuff in One Punch Man. That's a more recent one.
Yeah.
One Punch Man has some fun stuff. I think it gets a little maybe pretentious is the word I'm looking for. A little, it rides that line between like it's mocking anime and it thinks that it's better than anime, and it kind of has an attitude about it, but it's good. Also, like, something that's more interesting than good, but still kind of good, is Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Mostly because I like creepy monsters, and the Titans in that, they're like these giant malformed humans that like run naked through towns and destroy cities. Really creepy.
Yeah.
The Titans, and I dig Attack on Titan a lot. That's a good one.
Okay.
So there is some good stuff out there. There is some good stuff.
Tell me how it works.
It's hard to describe. To start with, I must gain an understanding of the bond between the person and the object I'm to dream about. I ask questions.
Remember the Attack on Titans. That's a very different anime
And though most
about football players, but I love the giant creepy Titans, and the whole thing is there's a Titan fighting force, and they're basically like mecha Spider-Mans with giant swords where they have to like grapple hook around the Titans. Really cool action. But there is also a ton of weirdo anime bullshit in there,
Yeah.
so which I'm okay with. I just missed a whole bunch.
To start with, tell me a memory you have of this woman.
What for?
Do as I ask, please. I need the strongest, most complete memory you have of...
Ciri. The woman's name is Ciri. Ciri was orphaned during the Second War with Nilfgaard. Had no idea what to do with a young girl. So I did what I would have done with a boy and took her to Kaer Morhen. Figured some physical training, sword work, development of her stamina couldn't hurt. I remember her standing on a crumbling wall. A stone came loose. She lost her footing. Caught her at the last possible instant. Strongest memory, though, is of her coming out of her room one day, wearing a dress and claiming she was indisposed.
This is a Father's Day stream.
Ciri was maturing.
We're talking. We're acting as a father figure to Ciri. It works.
Do you wish to tell me anything more?
No. Let's continue.
You claim the woman has abilities.
One Punch Man is good. I like One Punch Man is good. Like I said though, I want to say there was one episode in particular that really rubbed me the wrong way, and it was about like the episode was something about like fans not appreciating Setuma for being a hero. It ride that line of this whole like I'm better than this but I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
It just rubbed me the wrong way. But overall I think One Punch Man is really fun. A lot of it is really just poking fun at anime tropes.
Okay.
So I think it's worth. Let's see here.
Pace 180 said, if Len asked, would you guys appear as extras in a Kabazinski film? If yes, everyone tweeted Len so he can make that shit happen.
I believe Len knows how to get a hold of us. I don't think that's a problem. Len, let me know, of course. But I don't think he'll have trouble getting a hold of us. Don't worry.
He knows her number.
Yeah. They call her the Lady of Space and Time? Yeah, they do.
They call Ciri the Lady of Space and Time. Once I asked Yennefer why. She travels between worlds. Turns out I don't know how to talk about it. Didn't really understand much of what Yen told me. I just know there's more to it than traveling to different places, and that Ciri carries immense power in her blood.
I see. Do you wish to say more?
Yeah, there's something else. She's a child of the Elder Blood.
A descendant of bloody Volker. The rebel burned at the stake. The prophecies claim the world's destroyer will be born of the firebrand's cursed blood.
Oh.
I was wiggling my foot,
Pure legend.
and my toes were getting...
No one in legend
There.
transforms into prophecy. When it gains believers. I think you're right to be reticent in talking about the woman. I see. Do you
Which
wish to
anime
say-
is FLCL?
What's
I
FLCL?
don't know. Supposedly I'd really hate it.
FLCL? Rich would hate full logger crying.
Full Logger Cat Lane.
Yes. Oh, it's all about cats who are loggers. Oh, and then they drive the logs places. It's terrible.
No. Can we start?
Naturally, I knew you cared about her. But your tone, the emotions you so carefully conceal,
Let's continue, please.
make yourself comfortable and try to relax.
It's a very manic series meant for
You
people
must
who
take it
already
back.
love anime. Yeah, I'd probably despise it.
Tell me where you think she might be. Who could be at her side?
If Ciri couldn't find me, I'm sure she would have looked for another friend.
Who do you mean?
Yennefer wasn't in Novigrad. Triss was. But Ciri never found her. Maybe Dandelion. They liked each other a lot.
Whoa. What's that? It cut to black for a second. I don't know what's happening. All right.
Dreamt of a swallow at first. After that, just nightmares.
At times the dreams can multiply. Show the past as well as the future.
The swallow.
Revulent. I watched The Expanse. I'm not caught up yet. I'm a few episodes behind on this season, but I watch and love The Expanse. I think it's a fantastic show. I know a lot of people complain, and even I've complained, that the characters are kind of one-dimensional. I knocked over the clicker. The characters are kind of adventure tropes, you know, like the hero guy, the hard-boiled detective, the soldier, the science lady, the pilot. The characters are kind of bland. But that being said, one of fantastic hard-boiled sci-fi and an amazing story. Just every episode keeps you engaged. It's constantly moving, and it's such a fascinating tale that you just want to know more at every turn. It's great. It's great. And I know Rich has said now that Bezos is involved, and he's almost fully assured that the show will not be canceled. You might start watching it.
Yes, I'm probably going to start watching The Expanse. That you recommended Lost in Space.
Lost
I
in
need to get around to.
Lost in Space is great. I know, like Lost in Space, though, you have to be prepared for a slightly more schmaltz.
And you know what? We were talking about anime earlier.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about the Netflix Voltron. Just to give it a peek.
Oh, Netflix made a Voltron?
I remember Voltron when I was a kid.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Netflix did a Voltron reboot.
That's where they all have cats and they come together for a robot.
Yes.
Yes.
I might hate it, but I'm just curious because I remember when I was a kid
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Voltron was a thing. Briefly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know much about Voltron, but yeah, no, Lost in Space I think is really good. It's like I said, a little schmaltzy, but I think it's beautiful. And another one that gets sci-fi right. You know, like they're on another planet. They have like science problems, and they use science to fix their problems. And they explain the science they're using to fix their problem. Oh man, it's great. It reminds me a lot of Next Gen episodes. Well, if we do this with the flux capacitor, if we light 3 matches under it, it will create a combustion thing, which will solve our... Oh, yeah.
Flux capacitor was Back to the Future.
I know that, Rich. That was the joke.
The Latchkey Kid says, Rich, you should try the anime My Action Academia. I've been reviewing it on a podcast with a guy who dislikes anime but loves comics. It understands superheroes perfectly and what makes them both inspiring and entertaining, and it's very Americanized. Okay? Dix Ritchie says, Hey Jack, and I guess Rich too.
Blech.
Always enjoy the streams. Is there any film in recent memory that you have fanboyed over? Fury Road. As in, despite the faults, you enjoyed thoroughly the movie as a guilty pleasure because you enjoyed the source material. Oh, well then no. Fury Road has no faults. But no.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
Fury Road has no faults.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah.
I was just going through the movie real quick, like oh no, there was that.
I didn't even have to think about it.
I'm just double checking here,
and that's a fair thing to do.
Yeah.
I do not blame you.
No, Fury Road's a perfect movie. You're right. All right, moving on.
Gay for Quarter says, Hello guys, your streams are a highlight of my week. Do you have any plans to watch or review Travolta's Gotti? Apparently it is the worst mob movie ever made.
Oh yeah, it's one of only like a handful of movies that has a straight up 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Travolta and Josh Gad or something.
Yeah.
In a John Gotti movie. And yes, I've heard awful, awful things.
When's the last time Travolta was in a good movie?
He had a little comeback.
His career started hot.
Yeah.
Then it went ice fucking cold.
Yep.
And then he got big again thanks to Tarantino.
Of course. Made a slew of decent movies.
And he was really cool in the early 90s.
Yep. Then got into the Scientology, but I'm sure he made a good one.
I'm assuming he was into the Scientology before that.
Oh,
right?
and I meant specifically Battlefield Earth.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That when he put all of his cards on the table.
Was there an up phase after that? Was there another peak?
Gotta IMDb it, right?
Face Off? I think that was during the the Tarantino Travolta revival.
Yes.
I don't think that was after Battlefield Earth.
Most known for Battlefield Earth. All right. All filmography. Go.
But did he rise? Did he ever rise from the Battlefield Earth ashes? Or has it been bleh since? I'm just curious.
And I'm looking at it, and we don't got a lot of good ones. Oh, Get Shorty.
Okay.
When was Get Shorty?
Was there more than one movie involved with him in good movies, or is just because that's not a revival? That's just a lucky shot.
Oh, and you know what? That was before Battlefield Earth. So
that was before Battlefield Earth.
So it doesn't count. Wait, when was Get Shorty? Yes, that was well before Battlefield Earth. That does not count. You know what was before Pulp Fiction? I don't know if this counts, but Look Who's Talking.
No, because that's...
It's schmaltz, but it's alright.
Yeah. He wasn't the star. The fucking baby was. That was a Bruce Willis vehicle that John Travolta happened to be in. And it's only noticeable because, oh yeah, John Travolta, he was a thing.
You know what? Even looking at his upswing, it wasn't great. But, but you know, some interesting movies. Okay, so post Battlefield Earth, right? Because that was clearly a low point. Then we got Swordfish. Goof. He was in the Punisher movie. Nope. Yeah, no.
Okay, this has been just down since then. All right.
You know, low level movies. Nothing
People are
that
saying
has
Hairspray in the chat.
the Hairspray remake. I don't know if that counts as a. I don't know if we can count that as like a good movie.
I don't know if one movie is a revival.
Right. All right.
It's just a weird thing because he was back. He's back, baby.
Yeah.
And then nope.
He made like a big deal indie movie. Tarantino wasn't a huge name at the time.
Yeah.
Like he did that one weirdo gangster movie, and now Pulp Fiction with all these obscure-ish stars that I think I remember their name from. Right?
Yeah.
Because even Bruce Willis, like he was huge at one point, but Bruce Willis wasn't necessarily a name at that point, right? Because
Pulp Fiction? Yeah.
what?
Yeah, he was still a name.
You think he was still a name? Like by that time,
What year did that fucking come out?
93? Yeah, 4.
In late 90s, he was... I mean, early 90s, he was still a thing as a Die Hard. Actually, it was mostly a thing then. That was his peak.
Hold on.
Arguably.
I'm looking. Man, he's been in so many movies.
Hudson Hawk didn't help. No, it didn't.
Never does. Hudson Hawk never helps. Let's see. What was before? Pulp Fiction was 94. Oh no. Well, he was in The Last Boy Scout. I know that didn't do really good. It was just a good movie. You know what? He was Die Hard 2 was 90. I guess.
When was Armageddon?
Huh?
When was Armageddon?
Oh, that was way later.
Are you sure?
That was like 99, I'm sure.
Are you sure?
I'm looking. 98, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Armageddon, Fifth Element.
He was still a big name at that point. He was
All right.
still a big name.
I'll give it to you. I'll give that to you. I'm down. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die on Bruce Willis wasn't a on the Bruce Willis wasn't a big star hill.
Right.
Why? I'll even let you take a goat.
All right. Well, I think I'm just about at a place where I'm ready to stop.
Good, because it's a little after 10.
I saw, which is why I'm also good as a good place to stop. All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Praxis says, "Hello, Jack and Rich. I just burned my lips and tongue horribly
Okay.
by trying to drink super hot noodle water. Question:
Why would you do that?
Have you seen Hardware 1990? I may have. If that's the killer robot movie I'm thinking of."
I don't know if I saw that one. Hardware. No, I don't know that one. Noodle? Yeah, noodle water is also.
They tried to eat The Last of Us too hot. My macaroni analogy. Tried to bring it around but failed.
Yeah, well, that was a big fail too. By
Well,
the way.
fuck off.
Sorry, Rich. I calls them like I sees them. Super Hot Noodle Water is a great ska band name. Yes, I would go see Super Hot Noodle Water.
All right.
Death counter only. Oh, hey, I only died once. No, I died more than once, right?
You died more than once.
Oh, that was a death counter for Rich's bad joke. I get it.
Oh.
I approve.
You would.
Also, yes. Okay, so here we go. Now is the time in which we would like to thank all of the wonderful people who have subscribed to us during this very stream, including Sausage Toes.
All right, now.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Did you put it in the start menu? Did you put it in the?
No.
Because we can make that like a here's what we'll do. We'll pin to the taskbar.
You got to change the font size.
Pin to the task. Yeah, well, just for now, we'll pin it to the taskbar. Okay, Sausage Toes, who have subscribed to us for 42 motherfucking months in a row. And Sausage Toes says nothing, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Laraziel.
Crane Hand Christ for 13 months in a row.
Mamoose is loose.
Gaming Unicorn.
Stupocalypse, who says, after a year plus, I forgot to resubscribe. Thanks, Amazon, for no auto renewal on Prime. Time to restart the streak. Good luck.
Good luck. We believe in you. Zarf 42.
Exalted Platypus.
Storm Templar, who says Witcher, always a good choice. Guys, if you were billionaires, what show would you resurrect or continue?
I'd have to think about it. That's a big question. I'd have to think about it.
Here's going to be my hot take.
Yeah.
I would not resurrect any show.
Yeah.
I think it's very rare.
All right, if you were a billionaire at the time it got canned.
Firefly.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
I would give it like 8 more seasons.
That's the answer. That's what we needed.
Yeah, okay, great. But like now, like I wouldn't want a Firefly revival, like the original cast, this ship, like, we're done. We've moved on.
Chat, Rich did not give jack shit for being interested in the story. Rich wanted to cut off criticisms of his friend for liking a story when usually he doesn't.
Well, and I think it was good because like what you're trying to understand is generally I don't like stories, and what makes The Witcher 3 so different.
That's an interesting question. It's not me being an asshole giving you shit.
Of course not. Of course not. It's trying to dissect what makes one different than the other.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine. Firefly with fat Nathan Fillion. I know, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. I think it's time to rewatch Firefly. Fucking love that show. Fucking love that show.
Pyrotex Core.
Yes, a midnight grind.
Moki B85 for 48 goddamn motherfucking months in a row.
Woo!
Thank you. Moki says, it's been 4 years subbed and still so many technical difficulties. Get your shit together, guys. But seriously, it's been great.
I feel like it's almost together.
You can say that. You can say that all you want.
I feel like we've hit a point now where it's like it's together until we change a thing again.
And yet here I am using a trackball.
It works! It works! Soca Beam.
Blinky Way says, Happy Father's Day, everyone. Keep winging it like all fathers have done since time began.
By the way, not just all fathers. The one thing, anyone who is not a parent, who maybe is about to become a parent, or is thinking about becoming a parent, or is just mad at their parents for any particular reason. The one thing that you learn when you become a parent is nobody knows what they're doing. Your parents, they didn't know what they were doing. We're all just winging it. And if anyone says they know what they're doing, they're lying. They're a fucking liar. That's what parents do. We make it up as we go along. Yes, Tiberius Kirk for 33 fucking months in a row. Who says? I went to Disneyland last week and saw a preview for Ant-Man and the Wasp in 3D. I hate 3D usually, but I gotta see this one in 3D on discount day at least. It looked great. I know you're both thrilled. I am. More Paul Rudd. That's all we need is more Paul Rudd. And I love. We were talking about Lost earlier. Evangeline Lilly is fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doodle 3.
Whiskers Cuddles.
Dr. Gunter Hunter. God damn it. Dr. Gunter Hunter Hanker.
I like that version better.
What?
Dr. Gunter Hunter. Blah, blah, blah.
Starting to get tongue-tied. Motherfucker!
It's a great.
Wanted to get the name right.
Yeah. Yeah, with it.
You made it worse.
Yeah.
Says.
Yeah.
For 31 fucking months in a row. Says. Prereq is a delicious meal served on a reed mat that's falling apart. Love it. Thanks for providing something I enjoy this much.
I think that was another technical difficulties dig, but great. Yizzles.
Virtual Hermit.
Pretend Deer for 18 months in a row.
Dosmo Pizzo.
Mr. Oppenheimer.
Chicken McButtocks for 21 fucking months in a row.
Max Power 1215. I don't know what keeps unplugging and plugging in
I know.
to the computer, so we don't know what's making that sound. I'm sorry.
If they can even hear it, I don't know.
They should technically be able to hear it.
Tardcore for 15 months in a row, says Rich. As a dude who has a GF beset with larger size knockers, thank you for sharing your insight
There we
last
go.
week. My girlfriend agrees with you 1,000%.
Power to the large knockers.
You're welcome.
I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
I highlighted
I
and
noticed.
clipped that.
I noticed. It was a nice clip.
It's very funny. It was a funny moment. I wanted to share it with more people.
You wanted to preserve it.
I wanted to preserve that specific moment. As we're here. We're here for you. VX135 for 24 fucking months in a row.
The Last Hummus.
Dougie Fresh 117 says, I hope you guys got the 2 DLC expansions for this game. Blood and Wine is particularly amazing.
That's the one Jack doesn't have. Kolos for 14 months in a row. Says happy Dad Day to all the dads.
All the dads. Happy Dad Day. I haven't finished the regular game yet.
I don't give a shit if you have it or not.
Gobble. Blustone 64.
I don't know.
We don't know what's doing that.
Lil Pale.
Spriggan Moss.
I don't even know if they're hearing that. Are you hearing that? And just fuck.